Welcome to Canadian Coffee House Crime. My name is Catherine, and right now I am residing in the town of Jasper, Alberta, working at the Marmot Basin Ski Hill for a season. So I thought I'd do a series of cases from the Jasper National Park area. I'll be able to drive around to certain areas and give you some good footage. My last 3 cases were from Jasper, Hinton, and the Icefields Parkland, Alberta. Today we're going to where the Jasper National Park meets the Banff National Park at the Chateau Lake Louise, and then to Revelstoke, BC, and then I'll finish off in Banff. My 4th case in the Jasper National Park area is from the majestic area of Lake Louise. Lake Louise was named after Princess Louise, Duchess of Argyll, daughter of Queen Victoria. It was settled in 1884 as an outpost for the Canadian Pacific Railroad and was added to the Banff National Park. The Lake Louise Ski Resort has 8 lifts that can move more than 14,000 skiers per hour and was established in the 1920s and is the first stop of the FIS Alpine Ski World Cup and has 145 marked ski runs. The Lake Louise area is an extremely popular area for camping. There are numerous campgrounds for that thick forest feel, and reservations are taken months in advance for a site. The Chateau Lake Louise is a part of the Fairmont franchise, a Toronto-based luxury hotel chain with 70 properties worldwide. The Chateau was opened in 1890. It has 539 rooms, including a $2,000 a night luxury room. I stayed there myself, my bestie Amy. Say hi, Amy.
Say cheese. Hi.
So a lot of the footage are from my cell. It is 8 floors high. It has 7 restaurants hosting daily afternoon teas for about $70 per person. Used mainly in the summer, it was winterized in 1982. It has been a host to celebrities over the years, including the Queen and Marilyn Monroe. On October 22nd, 2017 at 2:40 p.m., Lake Louise RCMP responded to a welfare check to the occupant of a room. A woman's body was found. The Alberta RCMP Major Crimes Unit and the Lake Louise RCMP deemed her death to be a homicide. An autopsy was conducted in Calgary by the medical examiner's office, and they concluded the woman died from numerous blunt force trauma. The medical office declined to discuss why the body took several days to identify Cindy, but it stated it was due to concern for the family's feelings. She was identified as Dr. Cindy McCormick, a dentist from St. John, New Brunswick. Dr. Cindy Ann McCormick was born June 29th, 1971, making her 46 years old at the time of her death. She was born in Edmondson, New Brunswick. Her parents are Richard and Diane. She graduated from the Nakawik High School on 1989. She graduated from the University of New Brunswick and the Dalhousie University of Halifax in 1997 in dentistry. She was also known to be fearless, full of life, funny, gorgeous, well-spoken, gentle. She was humble but had a wild side and was a good mom. Cindy loved to dye her hair different colors. She was also into sports, including hockey. She met 52-year-old Robert Kane one day while she was playing hockey 2 years earlier. Robert would coach his son's hockey, and they met up at the arena. They were both separated at the time, and she had 2 children, 15-year-old Simon and 13-year-old Abigail. Robert and Cindy had known each other their whole lives as they had grown up together in the same town of about 1,000 people. Only after 2 months of dating, Robert, a firefighter and known to be a gentle giant, moved in together. Friends started seeing animosity between them as Robert seemed to be very jealous of her. 2 weeks before the murder, they had a spat at a wedding where Kane had been upset about Cindy's dancing. Apparently she was being silly because she liked to be the life of the party. She was even on a reality TV show once called Wipeout Canada, dressed as Atlantic Salmon Girl, and had applied to the Amazing Race. Cindy had told Bobby to leave her alone and had stated to a couple friends, if he doesn't stop, it's going to be done. That's it. Cindy had practiced dentistry for 15 years. She worked at the Bayside Dental Clinic. She had served on the New Brunswick Dental Society Board of Directors. She was known to be good with her autistic patients and would offer her services to the less fortunate on the streets if she saw someone with dental problems. She decided to attend the Dental Technology and Business Growth Convention at the Chateau, Louise in 2017 and brought Bobby with her as he had some family to visit. Robert James Kane was born in St. John's in 1965. His parents are Raymond and Marjorie. He was an avid outdoorsman who was big into fishing with friends and family. At 23 years old, he joined the local 771 St. John Fire Department in 1988. He went up the ladder as he became a senior firefighter, and then he became a fire prevention officer. He was a competitive hockey player and played forward for the St. John's Vitoes in 1992 and helped them win the Allen Cup. He coached throughout the years, becoming the assistant coach of the St. John's Sea Dogs in 2009. He was highly spoken of as a gentle, talented, and big-hearted. On October 22nd, on Emerald Lake Road at 11:59 a.m., about a half an hour west from the Chateau Louise in BC, a silver 2018 Hyundai Elantra was found. Our CMP located the deceased body of 52-year-old Robert Kane. His body was found at 2.5 hours before Cindy's. Cause of death was deemed non-criminal in nature. Our CMP gathered sufficient evidence to connect the 2 deceased individuals. Family and friends were shocked and saddened by the deaths of the couple. Friends of Cindy stated that in hindsight there were signs of domestic abuse and described Robert as clingy, controlling, and obsessive, and seemed at the beginning to have to tolerate her outgoing behavior, and after 2 years he was having a hard time just letting her be herself. Her friends had noticed how upset he was about her dancing crazy at the wedding just 2 weeks before the slaying. Her friends feel just because she had her own business, she was a mom, and was a strong person, they didn't speak with her about the signs of domestic abuse. Cindy and Robert's bodies were both flown to St. John, New Brunswick, and were buried a few days later. A candlelight vigil was organized at the First Lake in Baxter's Corner in New Brunswick, Cindy's favorite place, and is dearly missed by all who knew her. Thank you so much for watching Canadian House Crime. My name is Catherine, and I'll see you in the next case.
Our investigative team that those two deaths are related. We are not seeking any additional suspects.
An autopsy deems the woman's death a homicide, the man's death not criminal. RCMP identified him as a 52-year-old from New Brunswick, but say they can't yet confirm the identity of the woman.
We're waiting for a little bit more testing in order to confirm identification from the medical examiner's office.
New Brunswick is mourning two prominent members of the St. John community, dentist Cindy McCormick and firefighter Bobby Kane.